welcome back to the channel. Here's that white Volvo again. I'm here also, and today I have one thing I was waiting to talk about. I have made, I think it's now 5 hours of video material, and I still don't have a working M47 gearbox in my Volvo. So the thing I'm having right here is a gearbox I got from someone in a sort of Dutch Craigslist, and the guy told me just test it out. If it works, you pay me. If it doesn't work, you bring it back. So the thing we're gonna do, we're gonna swap it out again for the third time. This is gonna be the third gearbox that's going in the car in the last, I think, 4 weeks. So yeah, it sucks, but I know how it works right now, so that should help. And yeah, it's the diesel box again. It should run perfectly because mine is just totally shut. I can show you it in this picture. And that was oil from 150 kilometers. So that's about 100 miles driving, and that oil was brand new. So yes, this gearbox I'm using right now is just done. It's finished, it's going out, and it's not going back in the car ever again. So yeah, I will be changing that, then put it in the car. But the first part is taking that old piece of scrap metal out of the car, and yeah. So there we are, car's in there. Here is your transmission mount, here is your center bearing and your center axle mount. So the first thing you need to do to get your transmission out, sorry for the lighting by the way, it's all glass over there, so sorry if you can see it. But to start, you have 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here, and 1 bolt is in there, and that's the bolt of your transmission mount you see over there. So if that's when that's out, you can use 2 wrenches to get your bolts of your drive shaft off. When your drive shaft is loose, you can just lower this one. You might have to get this bracket loose also, and when you put this together, don't forget the spring in the center. But yeah, when this one is loose, then we can take off the speedometer cable that's over there. That's just one tiny bolt. It's an well, we call it in-bus, but I don't know, it's just 10 millimeter bolt here. Then your speedo comes off, you can twist it off. Then we will be taking the clutch cable off. When the clutch cable is loose, then, well, all your transmission is loose. And then you can unplug this wire up there, but I'm gonna leave this one here, and I'm just gonna unplug it over here and on top, and you can just pull it off, and there it is. This is for your rear, for your backing, for your lights when you back up. And I will be talking you through this along the way, so let's start the time lapse again. So, drive shaft is off, as you saw in the time lapse. As you can see, I filled this one. I filled this one up myself with some foam to get some of the noise out. I will be taking that off, and I need to take the gear cover on top of the car, so inside of the car. I need to take it off, and then we can undo this one, and that's just an easy one because you can, let me crawl over there. Oh, engine is still nice and hot, but you can unscrew this one. This is just your simple clutch cable. You can unscrew that one, and then get this one off, get some movement in it, and then you can just twist it with your hands. And as you can see, the tension will come off. There goes the grips. And then you can just pull this rubber notch back, and I know they are molded in at the cable or something, but I just like cut them the last time I used this, so I made a little cut in them, and I used some liquid gasket to glue it back together when it's on the car, and it worked just perfectly fine. So that's how I did it. And then you can get this tiny little clip off. That just slides back. There it goes. That's that. And the last thing about the clutch is to get this whole white thing off. So I disconnected my gear shift knob, as you can see there. I don't know why my camera is not. Yes, there it is. It's loose. So my gear shift lever is, I'm going to climb into the car for you guys. This is just all very loose and stuff. So the next step was unbolting the bell housing of your engine, and as you can see we have some bolts here. So the ones I took off are the one down here, the one down here, the one down here, and the one up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the first 4. Then you have your starter motor. It's one here, and there's another one up there. I will zoom in for you guys. There's one there, and there is one up there. And there is one bolt all the way up there on the top. It's above there. It's around that area. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up there is number 7. Those are the 7 bolts you need to unbolt. Yeah, I have a bracket here. This bracket. It should stay in place when you take the transmission out, but the next thing you want to do is, before you take your complete bolt of your starter motor up there, is disconnect your battery, because the starter motor has 2 points in the back, and I think I can show you from down here. Yeah, I can perfectly show you. And it's, let's see, let's turn the light on. There's your starter motor, and there's your starter motor cable. So that's your plus cable, and if your plus cable touches your chassis, it will give you some nice sparks. So I am now going to go up a ladder, because I can't lower the car with a stand under it, and then just take my plus connector off the battery up there, and then we can pull this whole thing out in the time lapse I'm going to show you right now. So guys and girls, look at this. This is just a metallic show. Look at this. It's just only metal. This is all just metal flakes and stuff, and as you can see right here, it looks like a 5-year-old girl's birthday party in there. Everything is glittery. So let's take this piece off, as it should come off right away. There it is. This thing is just done. So let's see. There we have all the oil. There, the brass part is your synchro mesh. That's the piece what broke on my first gearbox. The one I was trying to make a video about, but it just took so long with editing and stuff. But yeah, you can see all the metal flakes around here. It's just so done. I can't even see where the metal flakes are coming from, but well, we'll see. So yeah, to take this axle out, you will need some kind of some kind of screwdriver or what you guys want to use, but you need to smack this thing out of there. So I will show you guys. They are just flat, you can smack the hell out of them. So yeah, just take some of these, get the right size, then get a nice steel hammer. So there we have them. We have them both open. Just use that thing I showed you and those two and smack this pin out, this one. And then this nut comes off and you can just slide this complete axle back. On first sight it looks alright. This one is now a bit dirty because I just did some air to blow the leaves off, because I don't want them inside of the gearbox. But yeah, this is how it works. You have 3 of these notches here, and as you can see, and I think the other one fell here. It's down here. Don't lose them. You have these little kind of tiny balls. Those steel. They look like bearing balls, but they are a bit bigger. And as you can see, there's one right there. And they have some kind of, there it is. They have a spring that goes on top of them. So it pushes them down onto this axle. And that is what you feel when you shift. It's 1, 2, 3, or 1 in 3, and then in neutral and in third. That's making the that's making your noise, your feel that you are in the right position, and that also holds your transmission in the right position. So that's very important that it goes back. It falls inside of those 2 things. One does nothing, and the other one is catching that. And yeah, that's pretty much a M47. It's just a bunch of gears. So just to run it down, you have first, second, third inside of this piece, and fourth. Reverse is this lever here. You can see it there. This is your reverse lever. It slides just back and forth. Then you have your 5th gear, and your 5th gear is inside of this piece. It's just a second kind of axle with a synchro mesh. So with those brass rings you see here. It's in this piece, and it's pretty much a simple. I think that's in M45, the simple 4-speed without overdrive. Those are much tinier. I think they also use the longer ones to get in the car, but I'm not sure of that. But those ones don't have this other piece here. So this is your 5th gear, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and first is in this piece. So yeah, the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this one in, get that one out. So you know, in the other order, get this one out, get this one in. Then I'm gonna cut this piece off, and after that, I'm gonna take this cover off. Yo, there we are again. And look at this. Take the angle grinder, just cut the tiny little slot in there, and you have a very nice, very hot and axle. Just like that. And this is how a axle for a normal petrol car should look like. Now we just have one thing left to do before it can go back in the car. Let's take this hammer. And that is oh, that's making an awful sound. Really an awful sound. And there we have it. I will just mark off the gasket right there and get this thing on.